Hey everybody, wanted to give you an opportunity to sit down and listen to a little bit of what's going on here at First Centenary this week. Have Pastor Will with me, and we're going to tell you a little bit about a couple of things. If you have not heard, Bishop Taylor sent out a report. It's a 28-page report. You can go to holston.org. It is requirements for reopening worship and facilities. It's by, I think it's the Holston COVID-19 Task Force. And you can look on holston.org, and if you want to find that information, we received this information June the 1st. We've been working on a plan. I've got all kinds of show and tells for you today. We've been working on a plan, but since that plan came out, we've had to tweak ours just a little bit to come in compliance with what Bishop Taylor was recommending, and we certainly want to do that. Then that plan was also presented to our district superintendent. And we have some good news. Our plan has been accepted. We have the blessing of the trustees and the church council. We have gone through all these different steps to this point. Now, you're going to hear over the next couple of weeks that some churches are opening, and we appreciate that, their willingness to move forward. We feel that we need to at least for the time being, continue with online worship experiences. Now, you may be asking why. Well, a couple of reasons. When you look at this plan that we're sending out in the newsletter this week, it's a 6 to 8 page plan, and it's very, I think, very well done, but it has a lot of steps to it, and we have to do some training and educating. There's nothing worse than having a plan and not doing the proper things to implement it, right, Will? And
we're just being methodical about it.
We're trying to be methodical, and I think that we have to do what we feel is best with the guidance of our executive team, and I've been talking to medical professionals. Just got off a conversation with Mayor Burke. The COVID-19 cases are rising in Chattanooga. That's not unusual with testing, but what is something we need to be aware, there are more people entering the hospital, and that is a sure sign that we still have some work to do. So we want to be safe that way. I think the other thing is for us to get a handle on what's happening July 4th, the weekend. There's going to be a lot of things going on there, and we just want to make sure that we do the best thing. Then we'll try to do some extra training with our ushers and those who staff are going to be involved, and that just takes time. We've got a lot of things to still put in place. We've had a lot of things that we put together, but there's still some things to do. So we want to do what's best for you. Our heart is wanting us to move right now, but my brain is telling me, and I think that we wait, and we're going to wait a while. So you're going to hear this Sunday. We will have our services still online at least through July the 12th, and you need to be aware of that. Now, you'll get the report this week. It'll be in the newsletter. There's a link to go into for this longer version. We have an abbreviated version on the front of the newsletter. The longer version, there's a link to go to that longer version. At any point, if you want to ask us questions, or if you want to contact us, please do so. And I know it's not easy. I appreciate your understanding and your patience. We will need your cooperation when we move back into this space. I'm going everywhere right now, and there's people that aren't wearing face masks. Well, good. That's good. But when you come to church, we're going to ask you to wear a face mask. We wear them when we're out of this office. Will and I are often out, and we're wearing them. It's not about you. It's about the person that you may harm or that you may hurt, and we want to do our part to be loving and gracious in what we do. So just be aware of that. We don't want to get anybody caught off guard, but we'll have that available for you. I'm going to ask Will to tell you a little bit about another thing that's coming up as we get ready for 4th of July weekend. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the online communion?
Yeah, so if you have been a part of worship at First Centenary in the past, you would know that we have been in the tradition of monthly celebration of Eucharist or communion, and that has stopped during COVID times. And we're going to be celebrating Holy Communion on July 5th, and we will be blessing the elements electronically or in that online service as was given permission to us by Bishop Taylor. And so I want to let you know that that's coming so that you can prepare. On July 1st and 2nd, in the Welcome Center at the church office, you could pick up some pre-made little cups of juice with a wafer if you would like, or if you're going to the grocery store, I would encourage you to pick up a thing of grape juice and bread and go ahead and prepare that for the worship service on July 5th so that you have that ready as you're preparing for worship that day. There'll be instructions on the website in the coming days that you can go to and find the instructions for setting up your online worship experience for communion. And then you can also call the church office. If you've got questions, you can talk to Pastor Mock or I or one of the other staff, and we would be happy to instruct you on how to do that. If you are watching this video and you've been worshiping with us and you are not a part of a Methodist church, we want you to know that when we celebrate communion, it's an open table. And so it's not restricted to those who are on our membership rolls, but all who seek this gift of grace that is offered through Christ are welcome to join us, and we hope that you will join us on that day.
Yeah, and there's still some discussion about exactly where they might receive those. You can pick up those elements. We're still trying to decide. It may be up even at the Portucure.
Maybe drive through
and pick them up. So we'll let you know about that. Just be aware of that and see where we are. The only other thing I have is stay safe. Read through the phased opening plans that you have in your newsletter. Look at that longer version. Go to holston.org and look at the bishop's requirements. We are trying to abide by those the best we can. And please continue to keep your staff in your prayers. We know you do, as we are trying to wisely move forward in these times that are so difficult. So appreciate all you do and all you're doing for us. And if you have questions, just call. See you later. Bye-bye.
God bless.